respected invitees on the dais and off the dais, students of Centurion College, let me introduce myself. I am Professor Kamakhi Prasad Das, Course Director, Indian Institute of Education and Care. Friends, let me initiate my talk with one of my self-composed sayari on this auspicious program where you discuss impact of sexual harassment on teenage girls. Friends, ऐसे रंग दे मुझको ना मिटा सके कोई, बांट सकूं मैं सबको बिन रंग दुनिया रोई। सुना लगता मेरा ये दिल देख पड़ा है खाली, गुजरा हुआ कल लौटा दे फिर भर दे मेरा झोली। Friends, let's ask the Almighty to fill our heart with such flying colors that we can distribute them among all around us. Because in the present world, we are facing different challenges due to our undesirable attitude and feeling gloomy, colorless. Friends, these challenges are found especially with the young generation of today. Among various challenges they face in the present time, the sexual harassment to the teenage girls need special attention. It has a deep impact on present day modern society. It affects deeply to the psychology of the teenage girls. Friends, now let me clarify, why does this far-reaching impact affect mental, emotional, psychological and academic well-being of the students? It is because mentally they are disturbed and depressed in their educational institutions, families and in society, and also among their friends. Emotionally they are imbalanced, physically they are insulted, and academically they are getting disturbed and weaker. But who is responsible for this? Friends, I will say both the party are responsible for this. Friends, both parents and children in the family and teachers and students in the educational institutions should be aware of this. In this digital age, children at home and students at educational institutions get involved in different undesirable visual shows and are distracted. Neither the parents nor the teachers educate them in these matters. So friends, students need to be educated morally by the parents and teachers. They should be equally educated on sexual education and its impact. Once they know about this impact with a sound moral sense, it may control sexual harassment. Friends, one of the most vital impact of sexual harassment on the teenage girls is psychological trauma. Hence, the victim of this often experience anxiety, depression, low self-esteem and post-trauma stress disorder, which we call PTSD. Hence, parents at home and teachers at educational institutions educate the teenage girls not to be involved in sexual attempts or such type of affairs, because this education may help the teenage girls to build a sound character and career. Friends, parents are the potential behind a child, ability behind a child. They are the symbol of rejuvenation behind their children. They are the energy behind their children. Hence, they must teach the child about nobility and truthfulness. Similarly, friends, teachers are the mirrors of society. Whatever are reflected on their face, students consider that as the truth. In my Jivan Tattva book, I have described सदगुरु एक आईना होता, सदगुरु कभी झूठ नहीं बोलता, उनके मुख से जो निकलता सारा संसार का सत्य उससे मिल जाता. Friends, those who get a good parent and a honest guru or teacher, they feel secure in case they are sexually harassed. They may not feel ashamed, fearful, or blame themselves for the abuse, and neither they feel insulted nor develop suicidal tendency and nor even emotionally withdrawn. They can express their thought freely before their parents or teachers. This will open a field for them for free interaction. This would result in controlling severe mental distress, rebuilding of social relationship, reorganizing their academic career, skipping class, dropping out school and colleges, etc. Friends, no doubt sexual harassment causes loss of concentration level, performance decline, loss of motivation and confidence, loss of focused learning, limiting future potential, etc. But at this critical juncture of life, girls need special care and right kind of counseling to come out of this psychological catastrophe. If we cannot counsel them rightly, they cannot come out of this, and finally this will have a bad impact on them. The social harassment may affect the ability of girls' child. Girls may not trust others. She may avoid friendship or withdraw from public life or fear judgment from peers or society. Friends, again, if this sexual harassment is online, it becomes more difficult to be escaped. In the present world, internet facility is a tool for learning, but at the same time, it destroys the teenage girls too. Here, girls are exploited emotionally but cannot express due to fear. Sexual harassment leads to sleep disorder too. It results in eating issues, other health complications, etc. Friends, at times the above difficulties become more acute due to lack of strong support system for coming out of trauma condition. Again, girl children cannot express their sexual harassment due to stigma or disbelief. Societal attitude towards victims often worsen their pain. Very often, the victims are blamed for their clothing sense or behavioral attitude instead of perpetrator being held accountable. So friends, it further makes the girls silence and discourage reporting such incidents. Friends, in today's social setup, dress, fooding, etc. influence our young mass to commit mistake. But they need right kind of counseling. Above all, self-consciousness is needed in the present world. We must take sattvic ahara and sattvic clothes to lead a sattvic life. The Gita says, Urdhvam gacchanti sattvikaha madhya tishtanti rajasaha jaganya guna vrittistha adho gacchanti tamasaha. So friends, let's build a sattvic social setup and safe environment in educational institutions, families and online platform. Let's protect our children. Let's have safe reporting system. Let's respect both the gender in our social setup. Let's organize counseling sessions. Let's access legal aids to the girls. Friends, our positive attitude in controlling sexual harassment is the need of the hour, because sexual harassment destroys our country and leaves a lasting scar on teenage girls. It affects the dreams, confidence and mental health. Hence, it is our sacred duty to protect them, empower them and to become compassionate towards them. Let's promote anti-sexual harassment campaign all over the world. Let's be united and say, ये पर्वत कभी झुकता है या झुकता नदिया का पानी, ना झुकेंगे ये लड़कियों जब कोई होता बेईमानी। बंधुगण, आसंतु आम कन्या संतान मानकर स्वाभिमान भरा इज्जत को बंचाई रखिबा पई उच्चारण करिबा। स्वाभिमानी सिना सृष्टि करि पारे निजे निज परिचय। स्वाभिमानी सिना सृष्टि करि पारे निजे निज परिचय। विजयर टीका पिंधि से पारे काहाठी न थाए भय। प्रतिबंधक दुर्ग को भेदी चालो आमे आगे इबा। प्रतिबंधक दुर्ग को भेदी चालो आमे आगे इबा। आम चलापथे आम स्वाभिमान पुंजी करी नहीं जीवा। मथा पाती आमे सही बानी आउ अत्याचार को एठी। मथा पाती आमे सही बानी आउ अत्याचार को एठी। आम स्वाभिमान बदलाई पारे एठी आम जन्म कोठी। आम स्वाभिमान बदलाई पारे एठी आम जन्म कोठी। थैंक यू।